So now bucket goes straight back into purchasing fish. We do have to purchase our fish, and with your help we can continue to do so. These are the Australian spectacle pelican. If there are children at the back that want to see, bring them down the front. They can come down the front so they can see. Adults are standing up on the platform. Kids, come on down if you can't see on the front platform. These are the Australian spectacle pelican. They are a native animal to Australia. That means that they belong here. A male pelican can weigh as much as 10 kilos, and a little female, she can weigh between 4 and 6 kilos. So when our pelicans are up like this, it's quite handy because you can easily see the girls from the boys. The boys are big, see that hook on the end? That's here, Missy, down this way. They will hang on to their fish with that and also preen their feathers. They do have an oil gland, so they will distribute a little bit of oil through their feathers. It's crustaceans, and they mind having a little nibble on ducklings. One mouthful and down that throat, still alive, wiggling and jiggling all the way down that throat. Now you would think such a big bird would eat a lot of fish, but they don't. They only eat about 1 or 2 kilos of fish a day. And we purchase our fish from Jimbo Seafood, and today we're feeding them mullet, which is their absolute favourite. So they're all a little bit frisky today. When they're around 3 or 4 years old, they are ready to breed, and this turns a beautiful daffodil yellow. And both of these colorations appear on the male and the female, and it just indicates that they are ready to breed. The nest of the pelican, that's made by Mum. It's just a little scrape in the ground. This is where she lays her eggs. She'll lay 2 or 3. They're white in colour, and they're about the size of a very large ducky. And both parents share incubation or sitting on the eggs to keep them nice and warm for about 35 days. And then the baby pelicans start to hatch, and they're naked and pink, and they are so tiny they can actually fit in the palm of our hand. And at this stage, I am sorry to say they are ugly pelicans, but they grow into our majestic pelicans that you see here today. For the first 2 weeks, girls, Irene needs to get down, so just step aside so our volunteer can get down. For the first 2 weeks, they're fed a very thick, fishy saliva that Mum and Dad produce, and then after that time, the parents will alternately leave the nest, go off fishing, come back, regurgitate fish, and feed their babies.
这样就完了啦？这样就完了啦？
应该这样快完了。
还要给他跳舞啊？手没有？
跳舞的吗？没有啊。它这些钱呢是用来买鱼的。
And they grow very, very quickly. Remember when they first hatch, they're so tiny they can fit in the our hand. 16 weeks later, they're the size of what you see here in front of you today. That's how quickly they grow. In 16 weeks, they go from a tiny little thing to adult size. And we do have baby pelicans here today at the Pelican Feed. They're quite easy to spot when you know what to look for. You now know that in 16 weeks they're full grown, so we're not looking for little pelicans, we're looking for something else. It's actually their feathers. You're looking for a different coloration on their feathers. The adults are black and white, and the babies or juveniles are brown and white. They are adult size, but their feathers are brown and white, and their legs are a lighter colour grey as well. That's how you spot the juveniles. And we do have quite a few here today. Hello you, you're not missing, what are you doing? Whoa! Our Pelican Feed here started quite by accident around 1979 when the local fish shops started to throw their fish scraps to the pelicans every day after the day's trading. It became such a habit, wrong way really, if the boys at the shop were late, these cheeky birds would march across the road where the water park is today. There used to be a main road, so off they toddle across the road and just hang around the fish shop, simply to put pressure on the boys to bring that fish out for us. Thanks. Alrighty, have your cameras ready. We're going to ask these cheeky pelicans a question. Let's see if they're paying attention. Look at them. Alrighty, pelicans, are you enjoying your feed today? Yes, look at that. It's mullets and they're super duper happy. So we had our beautiful feeding platform built and we have had hundreds of visitors come and see our beautiful birds. Rain, hail or shine, we're here every day at 3:30. Except when there's lightning, we're not out and about in the lightning. So don't come if there's a big storm. And we appreciate every coin that you pop in our bucket. Irene's still coming around, so pop the coin in. As I said, it goes straight back into purchasing fish. Oops, see? Fish guts between the legs. Ew. Now you may notice a few pelicans getting around with a pink coloration in their wing. When they jump up on the platform, you can see that pink. They have been caught because of fishing tackle injuries. It is a huge problem that pelicans face. Especially here on the Central Coast, we have a very active fishing community and they do get accidentally hooked. When they come to the feed, the team does their best to catch pelicans with fishing tackle on them. A fishing hook does not rust away. Fishing line wrapped around a limb, in time it cuts off the blood flow and that limb can actually go gangrenous and fall off. Yeah, Irene. So it's imperative that we help the pelicans. We do remember that they feel pain and it is a very painful situation getting around with fishing tackle hanging off them. So the pink is a disinfectant spray, so they have been caught and have had fishing tackle removed. The injury has been sprayed. And it's also a way that we can keep an eye on the pelicans that have been caught, so we use that as an identification marker as well. So if you're out and about on the Central Coast and you come across a pelican with pink, you'll know it has been caught at the pelican feed. They're not territorial, so they get out and about all over the Central Coast. They fly down from the Tonga just to come here. They're not dependent on this fish, they all go fishing for themselves. As we saw earlier, they were out there dunking and catching fish just for themselves. It's just a supplement for their diet.